with Angus McStone.
Welcome to another exciting episode of On the Button with me, Angus McStone. Now, the greatest curling skips of all time, Kevin Martin, John Morris, Kevin Cooey, all have one thing in common. My guest this evening, Marc Kennedy.
Angus,
Good
thank
to be
you.
here, Marc.
Thanks for having me.
Now, if ever you're running into a disagreement with Kevin, do you ever feel like, whipping out your Olympic medal and saying, trust me, bro, I got this? Because that's what I'd do.
I've thought about it, but it's not something I do. And Kevin's a tough guy to disagree with. He doesn't talk much. He doesn't argue much. So he's a pretty easy guy to get along with.
He's not a very talkative chap, but...
No, but sometimes that's a good thing. We call him the quiet assassin. He's kind of a ninja that way. He can go days without talking to you, and that usually means he's in a bit of a zone. So.
Well, I mentioned your involvement with some of the greatest skips, but probably more notable, or just as notable, is your 10-year partnership with your friend Ben Hebert.
Benny Heaves,
So tell us a little bit about that friendship and how that came to be.
Okay, we're kind of like an old married couple now. We bicker and fight, but we're the best of friends. I love the guy. We've had a great camaraderie over the years. We want to win so bad, and we want to play so well, and we push each other to get better all the time. And he's been a big reason for my success, and I think he can say the same about me. So. But we've also been lucky. We've had some incredible teammates over the years as well. But I think our friendship has added a lot to both teams over the years.
Now, with the season of champions, what events do you have circled on your calendar as like the ones you want to really nail?
Yeah, the big ones. We've circled a couple events that we're trying to peak for this year. The Canada Cup, and then obviously having the Brier circled, getting to be Team Canada, not having to go through Alberta provincials. Those are probably the two big events on our calendar this year.
Another big event that's coming up is the 2017 Ford World's
Oh, the World Championships.
Yeah, the World Championships. Yeah. That's coming up in Edmonton, a place probably close to your heart. You've grown up there and you live quite close to there now.
Yeah. Well, I'm born and raised in a small town, not a small town, it's about 70,000 people now, but in St. Albert, which is just north of Edmonton. And I love that community more than anywhere I've ever been before. So I recommend everybody do a quick tour of St. Albert. You might even see a picture of myself hanging around somewhere around the city. But Edmonton's just an amazing place. Great place to hold a curling event. There's such knowledgeable and passionate curling fans. But if I could suggest a place, probably Jasper Ave or White Ave. You can get into a little bit of troubles there maybe after a curling game.
Good trouble.
Good trouble.
Now, we're going to move on to another segment of my show, which I like to call Fantastic Questions. The first question here comes from Nicole Kennedy. She'd like to know, how awesome is your wife? Like, really? Kiss emoji, heart emoji.
Okay, well, my wife is amazing. My wife is my biggest supporter and our team's biggest supporter. But in all honesty, we can't do what we do, and my teammates would say the same, without an incredible family and an incredible spouse. So we're lucky to have our wives behind us the entire step of the way. And yes, my wife is amazing and an incredible fan of me and the sport of curling.
And she did have a follow-up question. She says,
of course she
what
did.
time will you be home, and can you bring a carton of milk?
I don't know, sweetie. Depends how long this interview takes.
Right, moving on. Question number 2 from Carmen Elia. I think you guys rock. She's buttering you up. Who's the better sweeper, Marc or Ben?
Well, that's an easy one. I'd like to say it's me, and normally I'd be funny and say it is me, but I'd have to go with Ben. A little bigger, a little stronger, puts that weight to good use. Ben's probably one of the strongest sweepers in the world. Pretty lucky to have him.
That's a great answer.
You know what? I take every opportunity I have to make fun of Ben, and that's not even, I can't even do it there. He's just that good.
Those were fantastic questions. I'd like to thank my very special friend, Marc Kennedy, for joining me right here.
Thank you, Angus.
On the Button.